The girl wore a string of Buddhist prayer beads on her wrist, but the next second, the beads suddenly exploded, scattering all over the place. The store manager, an elderly lady, smiled and suggested that the string might have aged, but as she turned around, her expression grew heavy. She had already noticed the problem. She could vaguely see a dark mist behind the girl. Unexpectedly, a ghost was tightly following behind the girl, and, sensing something was wrong, and began to panic. At that moment, the elderly lady suddenly asked if she had seen anything unusual, and quickly denied it because if the ghost realized she could see it, she would be eaten immediately. The lady actually noticed that and could see the ghost, but she could only pityingly pretend not to see it. Deciding to help Anne, she took out a family heirloom bracelet. As soon as the box opened, a dazzling light burst forth. Surprisingly, the lady intended to give this priceless treasure to Anne for free. Before Anne could ask why, the lady proudly instructed her to wear the beads first, following the lady's advice, and put the beads on her wrist. Just as the lady confidently said that the beads contained her full strength from her prime, the ghost suddenly screamed, and the beads scattered to the ground. In the end, unable to purchase more beads, Anne had no choice but to leave the shop with her best friend. It seemed that in the future, the only way to deal with ghosts was to pretend not to see them. Whether the beads had taken effect or for some other reason, the ghost no longer followed Anne and her friend. Early the next morning, the lady took a whole night's drive back to her hometown.